Sometimes it's not a text message or a phone call that signals their presence in your life. It's that inexplicable sensation that transcends logical explanation. When that mysterious feeling surfaces, it might be evidence of a deeper connection still binding you together across time and space. Today, we'll explore 7 profound indicators that reveal when someone holds you in their thoughts, drawing from ancient philosophical wisdom, contemporary psychological research, and the uncharted territory where energy and consciousness intersect. If you've experienced that unmistakable yet elusive feeling lately, this exploration might provide the deeper understanding you've been seeking. 1. The resonance of unseen presence. You're immersed in your daily routine when suddenly their essence washes over you, not as a faded memory or wistful nostalgia, but as an immediate, living presence. This phenomenon transcends conventional understanding. Ancient philosophers described this as psychikos harmonia, souls vibrating at frequencies that recognize each other regardless of physical distance. Contemporary neuroscience offers a complementary explanation through quantum entanglement theory and neural synchronization. When two people forge profound emotional connections, their brainwave patterns create lasting imprints on each other's neurological landscape. The challenge lies in our modern tendency to rationalize these experiences away. Yet those who understand the depth of human connection recognize that the sudden, unprompted thought of someone specific, especially when accompanied by a distinct emotional signature, often signals an energetic bridge being activated. To distinguish genuine connections from mere reminiscence, observe the quality of the impression. Does it arrive with striking clarity? Does it feel present rather than retrospective? Does it carry an emotional weight that seems disproportionate to a simple memory? These qualities often reveal when someone's consciousness is reaching toward yours across the invisible fabric that connects all beings. 2. Dreamscape encounters. When consciousness bridges realms. Your subconscious mind operates as a receiver during sleep, particularly during periods of emotional resolution or personal growth. When someone appears in your dreams with remarkable vividness, especially following significant inner transformation, it rarely happens by chance. Ancient wisdom traditions across cultures understood dreams as the realm where souls communicate beyond physical limitations. As one philosophical text states, "In the silence of sleep, the soul speaks its truest language." Modern sleep science confirms that REM sleep activates the brain's emotional processing centers, creating the perfect conditions for processing unresolved connections. The critical distinction lies between random dream fragments and those profound dreamscape encounters that leave you with a lingering sense of actual contact. These dreams often possess qualities that set them apart: exceptional clarity, emotional resonance, and a sense of mutual awareness between you and the person appearing in your dream. When someone consistently manifests in your dreams during periods of mental clarity rather than turmoil, it suggests their consciousness may be engaging with yours in that liminal space where thoughts transcend physical barriers. The symbolic language of these dreams often contains messages that deserve careful interpretation rather than dismissal. 3. Synchronistic patterns, the mathematics of meaningful coincidence. The universe occasionally speaks through patterns. You encounter their name repeatedly, notice their birth date on random displays, or observe symbols uniquely significant to your connection appearing with statistically improbable frequency. This phenomenon extends beyond mere coincidence into what Carl Jung termed synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that defy probability. Your brain's reticular activating system certainly plays a role in heightening awareness of these patterns, but ancient philosophical traditions recognized something deeper, what they called sympatheia ton holon, the mutual interdependence of all things in the cosmos. The true significance emerges when you examine these occurrences through both analytical and intuitive lenses. Ask yourself, what was your emotional state when the pattern appeared? What decision or life direction were you contemplating? The timing of these synchronicities often correlates with moments when your life paths are converging energetically, if not physically. Rather than obsessively seeking or dismissively ignoring these patterns, approach them with philosophical equanimity. Observe with detached curiosity while remaining open to their potential meaning. When multiple synchronicities cluster around a specific person, it often signals an active energetic connection transcending ordinary awareness. 4. Evolutionary resonance, growing through their silent influence. Perhaps the most profound indicator of continued connection manifests through unexplained personal evolution. You begin refining your self-expression, exploring new intellectual territories, or elevating your standards without external prompting. This transformation emerges from within, yet carries the unmistakable influence of their presence in your psyche. Ancient wisdom traditions describe this as arete symbiosis, virtue developed through relationship. When someone holds an elevated vision of you in their consciousness, it creates what modern psychology terms a Michelangelo effect, their perception sculpturing your potential into reality across distance and time. The subtle nature of this influence makes it easily overlooked. You attribute changes to personal growth alone, unaware that someone's continued contemplation of your potential acts as an invisible catalyst. The distinction becomes apparent when you notice these changes align peculiarly with qualities they once recognized or encouraged in you. This represents connection at its most transcendent, not dependency or imitation, but authentic evolution catalyzed by the lingering resonance of their belief in aspects of yourself you had yet to fully embrace. When you find yourself inexplicably drawn toward growth that feels both unfamiliar yet deeply authentic, consider it evidence of their continued presence in the architecture of your becoming. The phantom dialogue, conversations across the divide. You catch yourself engaged in internal dialogue with them, while driving alone, preparing a meal, or during quiet reflection. These aren't rehearsed conversations or wishful scenarios, but spontaneous exchanges that arise unbidden, as though their consciousness has temporarily merged with your inner world. Ancient meditation traditions recognized this phenomenon as citta sambandha, the binding of minds across distance. Contemporary psychological research acknowledges that significant relationships create internal representations that remain active in our psyche long after physical separation. What distinguishes meaningful phantom dialogues from mere imagination is their spontaneous nature, emotional depth, and the sense that something genuine is being communicated. These exchanges often yield insights neither of you had previously articulated or bring unexpected resolution to unfinished emotional business. Rather than dismissing these experiences as self-deception, consider them manifestations of what quantum physicists call non-local consciousness, the ability of minds to interact beyond spatial constraints. When these dialogues consistently bring clarity rather than confusion, they likely represent genuine connection rather than projection. 6. Temporal distortion. When memories defy time's progression. The human experience of time isn't uniform, but warps around emotional significance. When memories of someone maintain exceptional vividness, preserving sensory details, emotional nuances, and contextual elements that should have faded, it suggests an active, energetic connection transcending temporal boundaries. Ancient philosophical traditions understood this as chronos kai kairos, the distinction between linear time and meaningful time. Modern neuropsychology confirms that emotionally significant memories form different neural pathways, creating what researchers call flashbulb memories that resist degradation. What makes this phenomenon evidence of continued connection rather than mere nostalgia is its selective nature. Specific moments with them remain in high definition, while equally significant memories of others fade naturally. This suggests an active energetic preservation rather than random emotional attachment. When certain shared experiences remain perpetually present in your consciousness, despite the passage of years, it often indicates that both parties continue holding that moment in active contemplation, creating a temporal bridge that defies the natural erosion of memory. These moments aren't simply remembered, they remain partially inhabited by both consciousnesses. 7. The amplification effect. Their absence magnified during life's pivotal moments. During significant life transitions, accomplishments, or challenges, you experience their absence with heightened intensity, not merely missing them, but feeling an almost palpable void where their presence would naturally belong. This sensation transcends habit or wishful thinking. Ancient wisdom traditions describe this as psyche harmonia, the soul's recognition of its complementary energies. Contemporary attachment theory explains this through the concept of secure base effect. We instinctively orient toward those who represent emotional safety during periods of significant transition. The distinction between ordinary missing and this deeper phenomenon lies in its specificity and intensity. It's not general loneliness, but their particular absence that becomes amplified during pivotal moments. This occurs because significant life events create energetic ripples that naturally flow toward established connections. When you experience this specific intensification of absence during life's milestone moments, it often indicates that the energetic connection between you remains active on a soul level. The heightened awareness of their absence paradoxically confirms the continued presence of the connection itself. The wisdom in subtle awareness. These 7 manifestations of continued connection speak to something profound about human consciousness, that relationships exist beyond physical proximity and direct communication. The energy created between two people doesn't simply vanish with distance or time, but transforms into subtler forms of connection that operate through different dimensions of awareness. The philosophical wisdom here isn't to desperately pursue renewed contact or cling to past attachments. It's to recognize the validity of these experiences without becoming enslaved to them. Sometimes these signs indicate a connection meant to rekindle in the physical world. Other times they represent a completion process happening across the non-physical planes of existence. The highest response is discernment without attachment, honoring the reality of these connections while remaining committed to your present path. Let these signals inform rather than control your choices. Sometimes the most profound respect for a connection is allowing it to exist in its current form without demanding it manifest differently. For those experiencing these signs, trust your deeper knowing while maintaining rational perspective. The subtle language of consciousness speaks through these phenomena, revealing the truth that certain connections transcend conventional understanding, continuing to shape us long after words and presence have faded into silence. If you found value in this exploration of human connection at its deepest levels, support our ongoing work in consciousness studies and philosophical inquiry. Visit our resource center for additional guidance on navigating life's most profound relationships with wisdom, clarity, and purpose.